Welcome back to Phasmophobia. If you guys could like, comment, and or subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Anything that you could do for the channel will help me put more back into the channel for you. All that being said, today we're going to be continuing on with our, I'll pull it up here real quick, our little list of ghosts that we're going over and going over the Wikipedia on. I believe last time we had Raiju, the time before that we had Polter. So I think we should be able to find something. What are we at now? 3, 5, 7, 9... 10, 11 ghosts total out of 24. So we got a little bit better than a 50% chance of finding something we haven't gotten yet. So nothing to it but to do it. Let's do this. Let's see. I need to do that. Single player. We're going to do this on professional. There's no reason to kill ourselves with this thing. Tanglewood. Yeah. With this rock. Alrighty. We're doing this on professionals, so 3 evidence, 1 cursed possession. The breaker spawns off, but we do get to see the location on the map if my game would stop freezing. There we go. Looks like it is in the basement for I think the 3rd time in a row. Yippee. That means the last 2 ghosts that we've done are ghosts we've already done before. We don't got to worry about perfect investigation on this. We're taking EMF to roughly locate the ghost room, thermals to confirm it, and ultraviolet because if I don't take it in, the ghost is going to touch something immediately, and I'm not going to be able to see if it was ultraviolet or not. And then it won't touch anything for 10 more minutes. Let's pop down to the basement, get that breaker turned on. Found our jawbone. No summoning circle. We got a Ouija board. So far we are Ouija, monkey paw Ouija. Let's get some lights turned on, keep our ears peeled. I hear nothing. Gonna go ahead and pick this up. Oh, heard that. And around here. And here. Something around here. Oh, already got cold breath in this room. I think all 3 of these rooms might be combined. I have had ghost orbs specifically in the bathrooms before. Nothing's been touched quite yet. We might be able to kind of just chuck that right over there and see both of those doors simultaneously. Awesome. We'll turn this light on. Should probably turn off another light, but we'll live. Probably. Alright, ghost room located. Let's get the rest of our evidence items in there. It's literally only touched up. There we go. Just touch something else. Probably a door. If I get back in there quick enough. I think it's a 2-minute timer for ultraviolet on professional. If I get back in there, I can start testing for evidence. Get the other evidence items set up. I'm getting emails. How wonderful. Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Alright, looks like we are getting ghost writing. I forgot to double check, I think. Yep, I'm getting the audio glitch again. So I think my first game I'm usually okay. And then after that I'm screwed. There's visible dots. It's another one that I've not seen before, but that looks hilarious. I don't think I've downloaded any mods for Phasmophobia, but that actually looks hilarious. I'm pretty sure that's the Lisa bent back ghost model. But that's not the one we have today. 2.3, we might be getting freezing along with dots. Let's pop out of here, mark down our dots. We already have ghost writing marked down. So Diogen or Thaye. And do we have both of those? We have not gotten Thaye. And it's not giving me Spirit Box, which Diogen is forced to do no matter what. So we might have ourselves a Thaye, which is, I believe, can technically early hunt. So we should take in a crucifixes to be safe. I think Thayes also have ghost orbs, which is the last evidence item we require, and a smudge would be a good idea right now in case it gets out of range. Let's go ahead and get our headlight turned off. I do not want to be being hunted down by a Thaye right now. We have hallway hiding. We have ghost orbs. We have a Thaye. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have to do this whole intro again. Hell yeah. Ghost orbs. Thaye. No way mimic a Thaye's evidence or get close to it. We don't really care about the crucifix at this point. I think we'll run out of here. We'll grab the other incense. From what I know about a Thaye, there's not a whole lot we can do for poking and prodding at the ghost. We'll just grab another incense. And we'll actually throw away the crucifix and grab another incense. Alright. Now it's time for finding a way to quiet this down. So, I guess that's quieter. I should be able to just do this and this and this. Now you guys should be looking, yep, you're looking right at the Phasmophobia Wikipedia that I am using. Phasmophobia.fandom.com/wiki/ghost. Can you see my cursor? Yes, you can. Double awesome. So, on here, if you go down to types of ghosts, number 3, you can pop down here, and this is set up just like your writing book. At the bottom right over here, we have Thaye. We go ahead and click on him. This place is absolutely loaded with ads, so you're gonna have to kind of just live with them. Some of this information is from the journal. Some of it is, I believe, data mined from the games. That's how you get the actual meters per second and things of that nature. They have been known to rapidly age over time, even in the afterlife. From what we've learned, they seem to deteriorate faster while within the presence of the living. This is a type of ghost phasmophobia. I think it literally says that for every single entry. It is known to exhibit paradoxical activity spans when nearby players, ranging from that of an Oni to that of a Shade. The longer at least one player stays in its vicinity. So basically, the younger the Thaye is, the more active it is, and during hunts, the faster it is. And the older it is, the less active and slower it is. Strength, become very active the first time the player gets nearby, and weaknesses, the more time the player spends near it, the quieter and slower it becomes. Now we've already went over its evidence, ghost orb, ghost writing, and dots, visible dots. Gory was the only one that has invisible dots. Ability, the Thaye has an integral, I'm starting classes next week, literally Monday. This is Saturday right now, so yeah, I've got calculus on my brain. The Thaye has an internal age parameter that affects its general activity. Every 1 to 2 minutes, the Thaye attempts to age. If at least one player is in the same room as the ghost or within 3 meters of it, the Thaye will add 1 to its age. So 3 meters meaning, like, if you're within 3 meters through a wall, so the ghost is in this room, you're in the room next to it, but you're within that 3 meter bubble, then this will still apply. The Thaye will add 1 to its age, else it will reattempt to age every 30 seconds until success. So if you're not in the room or within that 3 meters, it will not age. The cycle then repeats if the Thaye successfully uses this ability during a hunt. The age increase will only be effective after the hunt, so it will not actively slow down during a hunt. The following shows the parameters that are affected by age. So just to go over this real quick, this means that if you are looping the Thaye, and it's really fast, but you're, like, I don't know, amazing at looping, we'll say, probably just using the tier 3 sanity medication for a speed boost, but you're looping the Thaye, and it's what was this? Reattempt every 30 seconds. So you're only gonna really be looping it for a minute to a minute and a half before the hunt ends. That just popped in my head to even think about that. So it could slow down the next hunt. So if you spend a decent amount of time in the room investigating the ghost, you come up with Thaye, or let's say you're even on Nightmare, or what does it have? Ghost orb writing. I think Twins has writing, don't they? Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember. Let's say you're just thinking the ghost might be the Twins or something based on the activity. And you're in the room for a while and you get a hunt and the ghost is faster than normal. You're like, oh, it might actually be the Twins. And then the next hunt, the ghost is slower than the previous hunt. You're like, oh, well, it's probably the Twins. Might be a Thaye. I've actually been duped by that a couple times, so doing no evidence challenges. So going over this table, behavior, hunt's sanity threshold is 75%. So right now for me, the ghost can hunt. This means that if you're at 75% or lower, the ghost can hunt, and only at the initial age. And then you minus 6 per age added. So age 10 and higher is actually 15%. So if you're in the room long enough, the ghost can't hunt until you get below 15% sanity. What this means, if you take too long and you're in the dark a lot trying to find the ghost room and you get down at or below 75% sanity, the ghost can just straight up hunt pretty early. Or if you're in the room immediately, the ghost can seem to never hunt. That's where they're saying it can start acting like a shade, where it's never hunting while you're in the room with it almost. Hunt speed at its earliest age is 2.75 meters per second, and then it subtracts 0.175 meters per second. Don't know how they came up with that exact metric. Subtracts that per age added, so it only goes up to a maximum of 10. So at its oldest, it is 1 meter per second. And this is the interaction rate. So initially it's 200%, minus 15 per age added, and at its oldest it is 50%, which is pretty low. Further aging after 10 doesn't do anything extra. So I mean, there's no way for the Thaye to decrease its age, I don't believe. For every age added to Thaye's human age, as provided by the Ouija board, increases by 1 to 4. Unlike ghost activity, there is no reasonably attainable limit on the Thaye's human age. The Thaye's starting human age can still be anywhere from 10 to 90, like all other ghosts. Pretty sure I've seen them be 3 digits. I believe we also have the Ouija board, so we can ask it its age and then spend some time in the room. Maybe spend like 5 minutes and then ask it its age again. Hunt, unlike most other ghosts, the Thaye does not speed up speed up with line of sight of player. Thaye and Hantu are the only ghosts who do not do that. These are directly from the book and are generally, take those with a large grain of salt, because they say upon entering the location, the Thaye will become active, defensive, and agile. That kind of implies that it's going to, get stronger over time as you come down to weakness, and the Thaye will weaken over time, making them weaker, slower, and less aggressive. Knowing the backstory behind that, we understand where they're coming from with these two, but if you just looked at those two, I don't think you'd be able to decipher anything close to this chart. Strategies, I'll leave you guys to come up with that on your own. Y'all are intelligent enough. Here's some history, and there's some trivia if anybody cares. When the mimic mimics a Thaye, it will choose a random age. That is interesting. So you could have a mimic mimic a Thaye, but it'd be at the oldest possible Thaye. That's quite interesting. Alright, so let's go over here to OBS and do a little bit of that. Let's come over here to Opera and close that window so I get some internet CPU usage back. Alright, we are back. Let's check that. Yep, looks like we're back. So, our sanity is... Oh, I thought our sanity was way lower. We're at 85%, so the Thaye couldn't hunt if it wanted to right now. Hasn't killed the breaker yet, so we will go and toss a incense into the kitchen. We'll grab the Ouija board and we're gonna ask the ghost how old it is. We're gonna lose a little bit of sanity going into the basement, but it's not gonna be anything close to 5%. Asking the Ouija board how old the ghost is will cost us 5% sanity, but that should only leave us with above 75%. Let's double check that we do not have a current audio glitch. We do not. Let's really double check that that's not going to screw us. It is not. All right. How old are you? Goodbye. So the ghost is 62 years old. So the ghost also is incapable of hunting, and I believe we have a crucifix in here somewhere. Oh, if it does stuff like that, then yeah, it can absolutely drain my sanity. Speaking of, let's go double check that. No, we didn't put a crucifix in there. We brought it up with us like an idiot. I won't be using that again. What a dumbass. Oh, I mean, 78, 79. So we're about 80% sanity. So as long as the ghost doesn't do anything crazy, we should be okay. And we have 3 instances. We should definitely be okay. So we'll try to stay in here right up against this wall, so if the ghost goes into either of those rooms and they do count as separate rooms, then I'll still probably be within that 3-meter range, and we'll actually set my timer. So every 1 to 2 minutes it's going to check, and if I'm within that range, it's going to get slower and older. I don't know how much older. They didn't really specify, so is it going to go from 62 to 63? We're going to find out. I'm gonna spend I'll spend a solid 2 minutes in here, and then we'll go check. And if it goes from 62 to 64, then we're going to assume that it checked and saw me in here twice. I'm also going to kill that because we don't need it to annoy us anymore. Touching Windows. Technically better than Linux, at least for video games. Nice door. That was a ghost. I think this just walked through me. We're just past a minute now. Thank you for being patient. Let me check everything else. Everything looks like it's going good recording wise and stream wise. Gotta love it when that happens. I think I can actually quickly check OBS to check my YouTube chat, which I see nothing in there. All of the effort I put into getting the YouTube chat set up. And I'm pretty sure I need to change my Twitch chat text from black to white, but I don't know. Thought I did. That's weird. Minute 40 coming up right now. And after we ask this next question, the ghost will be capable of hunting, except if it's aged, then it's going to decrease its hunting threshold, so technically it won't be able to hunt. Gotta love that. Coming up on 2 minutes right now. Alright, let's go ahead and mosey on out of here. Use my mouse hand to set up my smudge timer again. How old are you? Goodbye. Okay, so that aged quite significantly, and it could have only done 2 age cycles if they were both 1 minute. So from 62 to something to 68, that would have been 3? Yeah. Because then that would have been 62 to 65 to 68. Okay. So maybe 3 years. I don't know if that's going to be oh, it should be a standard thing. I could just check that on the Wikipedia that we were just on. I'm dumb. It just read all this, and I completely forgot most of it. Clearly, I'm not going to be an expert after this. I'm just going back to the thing real quick. Not that. Oh, come on. Oh, it doesn't actually tell me the age. Okay. Well, I don't know if that number is arbitrary every time or how that works. Oh, for every age added, the Thaye's human age, as provided by the Ouija board, increases by 1 to 4. Okay. So it could have been 1 every time, or it could have been 4 every time. This time around we got 3, and then 3 again, or we got 4 and 2, or some combination that makes that work. Well, that's interesting. So the ghost has aged a little bit. Our sanity is pretty damn high though. So where are you? Goodbye. 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 It won't let me shut off the Ouija board. Goodbye. Goodbye. How old are you? How old are you? How old are you? Goodbye. The Ouija board's broken. I don't know what's gonna happen now if I leave it. the hell is our sanity? The 50%, if you ask the ghost where it is, you lose 50% of your sanity, and I think you lose 25% if you ask where the bone's at. Alright, so I asked it where it was, it didn't tell me, and then it just wouldn't let me leave. I don't think it blew up, so the Ouija board's still intact, but I clearly can't use it anymore. Okay, so at least anywhere there you could see that the ghost was obviously faster than normal. There really wasn't much else to showcase there. I mean, and I can't even abuse the Ouija board because... Did it blow up? It blew up. How wonderful. I hate that thing. I thought it was following me in there. I thought that the audio glitch had somehow re-emerged right when it was hunting or something. Anyway, that is the Thaye. We'll get that confirmed here momentarily. Definitely no way that was a mimic the entire time, especially since we have all the correct evidence. I don't know. You can see how many times I've been obliterated by mimics. There we go. And we even got a couple dailies. Did I get a spirit box response? Apparently I did. I don't remember it. I've been doing that a little bit too long. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you could like, comment, and or subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Anything that you could do for the channel does help me put more back into the channel for you. All of that being said, I'll see y'all next time. Have a good one.